Welcome back to Factorio, Seablock TSM, episode number 337, I do believe. Okay, so I guess in the last episode, we established that we essentially need more resin trains, and I think our issue is basically the resin supply and empty resin is right here. So this can only actually accommodate a single train, which is why, there you go, there's our resin train. It's going to be moving continuously. It's also coming out of the absolute busiest intersection we've got in the game. So moving it over here seems like a good idea. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not 100% sure where I am at the moment. Where am I? I'm here. I want to get over here. Okay, good. Now, the other thing is we are finally building these components to try and fill up this train. It needs to get up to 500, not just 400. It needs to get to 500, and then it will be able to start launching the rest of the whole components that we haven't launched yet. We have them all ready to go, but we haven't launched them all yet. So, in terms of science, the 1% was done by the the drip feed that we're kind of doing in our original sort of belt base. We certainly will do better numbers in the fairly near future. But yeah, that's where it came from. Our faster production will start up when this actually starts producing stuff, and that will happen when the processing units finally get delivered to here. It's next in the list, but processing units aren't moving because they're waiting on resin. We actually have resin available. This is not the next delivery though. This is Callisto 01, which means this one has to be picked up first. But should this train, well, another train be introduced into the mix, that should happen fairly quickly. I do think that our resin is now being created fairly quickly. That's certainly my hope. We have not that. We have this Zello squash. In fact, everything that we set up last episode is pretty much, or fairly close to producing now, actually. We may need faster clearance, or clearance of some of these to the upper part. Yes, that's growing the ethanol quite fast, which is one way we're making resin. The other being the methanol, which is ready for a pickup. And we have a methanol to resin process here, which actually has a lot of methanol now. And that's all it needs to make formaldehyde. Is it? Yes. All it needs to make the formaldehyde. So we perhaps need to expand this side of things as well. But let's do the trains first. I think what we'll do is we will make a quick copy of two of these. I don't want that one to be included. So that should go something like so. That one being the supply station. Trains looking for alternate paths through. Okay, so I need to rename these. Basically... Oh dear. I must have accidentally actually stood on the rail. Yes. Well, I'm not actually even on the rail, so that's harsh. It's been a few episodes, so I guess that was inevitable, but it's such a waste of time. Never mind. It's another one over, I think. I really possibly should cut this bit out, but yeah, if you're watching it, I obviously didn't. So it is actually quite a time-consuming thing to do, even a minor edit. It's much easier just to generate raw footage. It's probably the only option that's going to happen. Unless there's something that really, really needs to be taken out. I just don't really have the time to. There we go. Now, stand there. So, we want to copy. Now you are a supplier train stop. Okay, I just can't see the S on you. So that should replace, or be able to replace, the train stops that we have over here. So I'm just going to rip these two out. So we have one train that's currently supplying, actually that's good, it's supplying blue circuits. If I take those two out, this is now empty. We could potentially use it for something else. Maybe it will give trains an alternate path through, which I'm not entirely sure is a good thing. Yeah, there you go, you've got a train coming to you. What about you? It's the same train. Right, so I do have two locomotive 3s. Maybe what I'll do is hang out here for this train, and we'll see if we can replace its locomotives first of all with the Mark III version. Yes, it wants to go immediately. What have you got? You have a normal locomotive. Okay. Fuel. And this one. Fuel. Continue, please. Right, so ideally what we want is another Mark III. Possibly... Actually, I didn't check the nature of its cargo. They're probably just normal Mark 1. Yeah, they're normal Mark 1 fluid wagons, which maybe that makes good sense for the moment anyway. So I'm going to have to go down to the Make Everything, and we'll stock up on 2 more Mark III locomotives and 2 more Mark 1 fluid wagons. So, you guys can go here. Fluid wagon, those are the Mark IIIs. These are the Mark 1s. Okay, so I want to... Oh, and I need to turn that on because I died. And that's pretty much what happens when you die. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Yeah, it turns off your refill, which is kind of a good thing because you normally end up somewhere that's in a robot network, and the last thing you want is your body that doesn't have all of its inventory due to the missing armor to suddenly start picking up a whole lot of additional stuff that you probably already have in your dead body when you go and recover it. So that's quite good that it does that. Let's see, where is the... Here it is. So, a Mark III train followed by a normal wagon. And if I do that, yes, it does actually work. Fabulous. So we've just started, well, we should have just started the blue circuits, which we have by virtue of that top up, but it looks like it's about to stop again. Good grief. This is down, this is 12k. Hopefully it gets a little bit further and maybe even finishes before this completely runs out. How are we doing? Well, now we don't have any stops waiting for pickup, which is awkward. Oh, I haven't added you to the list yet. Well, okay, off you go. Another train coming in for normal refuel, and actually that's interesting because that is the blue circuit. No, it went to resources in, right, it's the aluminium train, not the blue circuit train at all. Okay, so that being the case, what did I suddenly decide I needed to do? I needed to free up some of this to process better by coming down here and getting some of this to deliver, not all of it, just on the far side. Yes, that's what we needed to do. Let's do that. That should help with the throughput for our resin. Perhaps make it slightly more useful having 2 trains. Where exactly? Oh, I probably don't need this one anymore. Where exactly is this process? This is it here, right. Okay. So, yes, you can drop now. You also can drop near. And hopefully that makes enough difference. No, apparently you might actually need speed modules after all. Okay, you don't take anything else, do you? No. If they need speed modules, I think those guys need speed modules, and that's virtually all those speed modules I picked up last episode. So, okay, how many of these have we got? I think I need another one of these dropping near, which probably means another one of these should drop near as well. Does seem to be processing a little bit better, maybe. These two haven't had a big chance to unload yet. Maybe faster belt even is required. How are you doing? 112. You have actually finished. Are you going to get below 112? Actually, doesn't even seem like it, does it? Every now and then, output full. Right, you. Nope. Oh yeah, gets there in the end. Okay. I guess I can leave that then. So unless we just extend this even more, which I'm not entirely sure is what I need to do. What have we got in terms of the processing? You guys... right, that's right. Methanol is building up, so we need to expand this. I should be able to do that. Do I have Chem Plant 4s on me? I do. I don't know why I have quite so many, but I do. So let's head up to that processing facility for the resin, because we can certainly push that somewhat harder. Where is it? Directly above the cobalt. Okay. Let's do a doubling for starters. How's that? This is actually making a difference here now. These are 4s as well, right? Yes. I am curious what they are actually doing. They're doing 3,900 per minute, so we're getting a train load every 12 minutes or so. I guess that's quite good. Maybe we could go harder, I'm not sure. Pans of methanol keeps building up. Urea is being manufactured up here. We don't seem to have any shortage. And we're throwing away purified water. Okay. Ooh, what did you do? You supplied even more methanol. Oh, ha! There you go. I survived a hit by a train. Where are you actually going? Going back to supply. Then where are you going? You will be going... Oh, good. You're going to blue circuits. These numbers have come right down. That's really good. Oh, okay. Took a moment to get its new orders or to get a clear lane to be able to go. And yes, we're coming up to blue circuits. Alright. Might jump off here. What are you actually up to? You're up to 13,000. It doesn't look like the amount that goes in here is able to supply blue circuits for very long. So we may have to swap these out for Mark IIIs very soon. Seems fairly likely. Yeah. Oh, what are they? Oh, they're the special boards. Are we short of anything? No, not yet. Uh, 13,000. 13.6. I guess that's not too terrible. And oh, there you go. We now have both of these vying for attention. And it's still not good enough to keep up. Never mind. Okay, I think what we need to do then is... Well, are we getting launches? 8, we must be. So that at least is a good sign. Yeah, we're short the rocket control units again, of course. There's 3 of those, and we only need 2. So I'm going to have to go up there and rescue one. The other thing is, how is this going? 340. So it should have enough to launch fairly soon. We still are flowing fairly freely from the fishy domain. That hasn't built up in a horrible way. So I guess that's all good. How's this one going? Completely full. So you're struggling to get resource out. That actually is probably what I want. So that these guys can... That's more like it's more important to use up the crystal dust that we're turning these green shards into. So that's actually working okay from the looks of things. 14k, that's wonderful. 2 more k, which probably means, yeah, it will mean another load. At least 1 more load of resin. Gee. You definitely can't, no, you definitely can't take productivity modules. Kind of sad. Ah, no, that's the bottom one. I have a quick check on power, 1.3, 1.4, that's not exactly there yet. Okay, so if we're trying to make the rocket, can't remember where they are. If we're trying to make these things, the thrusters, I think it said we needed 4. Ah, we need more speed module 3s. That's a concern. The rest of that is easy-ish. So we're going to need 200 speed module 3s. Okay. What I'm going to do is probably control the flow of our advanced processing units again. I need 400 for the actual units themselves and probably another 400 to force modules to produce the things that I really want. Where are you going? You're trying to get into there. Okay. That's fine. So first of all, we'll go to modules. We'll make speed modules do their thing again. Maybe for... I don't feel like I'm going to do it for this playthrough. Maybe for a future playthrough I should look at severely restricting the number of modules that I actually deliver. I've already done it to some extent, but obviously not what I mean by severely. Like a few hundred seem to make quite a lot of difference in the processing of modules and some of these other things that need the advanced modules. So maybe I need to restrict the size of trains right down to that sort of level. Anyway, you could do with some of those, and you could do with some of those. How many have you got? 29. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. I wonder what the supply of these is like. And my anything gets less than 100. Oh, okay, so they're way off that still. I don't even know if this has had multiple deliveries yet, actually. Maybe I could check how many products have been built here. 396, so it's quite likely this is still the very first delivery and that's all it's ever had. Interesting. We need a lot of modules, so it's gonna get another delivery at some point. Alright, let's go to the make everything and see about making thrusters. Thrusters. Okay, so we need a requester. Okay, I think electric engines... Oh, no, they might not be a problem. 200 of those might be a bit of an issue. Let's put 400 in, so it doesn't actually need to order anymore. So, how did we do with electric engines? Not particularly well. I think I think all of these numbers should be reduced. Whoops, not increased, reduced. Like the sort of number that a single, or even like half of what a single one really requires. I should have grabbed those while I was there. I think I need to grab some electrical engines to try and force these to happen. How many do they actually need? It's 100, isn't it? Right, so ideally I need, you know, like 400. Thrusters, yeah, you need only 2 fuel cells, but 4 thrusters. Interesting decision, that one. Maybe you should have to need more fuel than you do the thrusters themselves, but I guess that's not what I was thinking at the time. So I think I have electric engines being built somewhere here. How many are you building? You're only building 100. So we need a few more than... Oh, you're going to be really slow. Really slow. At least it'll be more next time I get here. I think we are building a handful in the main base, but let's go and see if we can get, say, at least 50 of those level 3 speed modules. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I never fixed this up either. That's probably a bad thing. Level 3 speed modules. We've got 37, so it's not quite enough. Those 5 could probably be delivered back to here. How are you doing? 24. Good. Probably means, actually, I do need to get up here and stop it wasting a launch, potentially. No, it's 8. It still hasn't launched. So it's not that big of a rush. Okay. What's going on here then? 2. So we're up to 39. We need 50. Right, that might give me long enough to fix this thing. So I deliberately put everything here. What I want to do is move. I might need to move one of these slightly further. So that there's at least a tile gap so that they can transfer amongst themselves. Now, this is going to have to go around a bit further. How are we going to do this? All the quantity of here needs to be transferred into these, which is probably 2 completely full. 2 completely full guys. Maybe I will use the titanium plus a steel chest to dump all of that, and then I can Oh, are you full? No. Oh, it's loading up with more at this point. I don't actually want it doing that. You... Oh, good. That one is okay. So... yeah, we're going to have to... What sort of belt is this? It's... Oh. I'm still full of all that stuff. I am going to have to put in one of these. And it's not going to work. We're going to have to make these fast belt. And this needs to... it's better if it feeds back through here, really. Pick up from there, and you pick up from there. Right, this now is all totally wrong. Let's go... like that. And in the process, I've picked up a whole bunch of this stuff. I don't know where I got that from. Never mind. What else do they take in here that I've picked up inadvertently? Not entirely sure. So, we now need a mechanism. Pretty much like this one, which I get wrong when I try and do it from here. But blast. You're in the way. Now I'm not getting a certain feedback that I wanted to get. See if that ever ends up being a problem. These here are not required. That's saying 122 is greater than 16, that's fair. That's saying 36 is greater than 27, that's fair. So, how did we end up getting these guys? That's not really what I wanted. It's better. So this all dates back to before we fixed up the geodes. And I should actually let this one get geodes now. Actually read what's in here. And receive geodes, but I don't feel like it, I guess. These need more. They do when they're unloading that stuff. Right, you need red. Set filters, fabulous. And up here, good. Excellent. So that fixes that area that we didn't fix all those many episodes ago. How's this doing? You have 19. I have 39. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll leave 9 there. I'll take my 50 plus my 100 electric engines. I'll go back to make everything. And we'll see if we can actually begin launching thrusters. I'm also very interested to see if Pink Science has started up or is about to start up. Down here. So, electric engines and those guys. Awesome. That gets us 1. Yes. So where are we at with launches? And we must have 9 up. We do have 9 up. Okay, so I need to rescue one of those. And the other thing is, have you received your blues? Not yet. What's going on, blue? 15. 7.8. 15.6. Come on. One more delivery of liquid resin and we're there. Surely you can do that. And it is next. Alright. So. don't want to waste the resources for a launch that we don't need. So I kind of figure by the time I go up to the launch area, pull out that one hole, put in our one thruster, we may well find that Pink Science has started up. Maybe I should pave this area. Keep changing my mind as to whether I need to put down some, or, you know, create some faster legs, or some pavers, or, you know, one or other of these things. There you go. So what are you at? You are at 41%. Waiting on rocket control units. Is there anything stopping rocket control units? Yes, rocket control units are waiting on the lowest speed modules once again. 340. Why is it we only have 2 of these going? Sometimes 4. It's these aren't getting through fast enough. Which is probably coming down to the rate these are coming through, and I don't think there's that much I can do about that at this point. I probably won't. Alright, you go in there. Blue. You have resin. $7.8. Just the 2 items. 2 hours since we actually set that up. Good grief. It's really not fast enough, is it? Very hard to make it fast enough. Especially when resin just evaporates. Got up to this one. Will we get to the end? Some action here. Working. Excellent. You are working and you are working. Great. Takes half the resin. More than half the resin just to get to the final end of that. Come on, you must be close. 200, under 200 to go, which is probably no more than about a minute. You're still waiting on 97. Good grief. Come on. 8. Look, it's actually stopped. It's actually told it to stop, which seems daft. Why would we want this to stop ever? But the train is coming. And as soon as it's loaded some up, it's carrying on. So I guess that doesn't matter. This should be the triumphant journey to start up Pink Science. There you go. All right. I've broken our link to the train now, which is good. This hopefully will be filling up really quite quickly, which it is. I think it only needs 2,000. It should be able to do the best part of 30,000 almost, I think. In terms of the supply of... No, that can't be right. Let's quickly check that. It's just one. One blue, right? And you got a 72% bonus from this thing. So we've got 16,000 blue times 1.72 basically. Oops. $27,500. So we should get 27,500, which will be multiple of these trips. Of course, that's just as well because it's going to take quite a while for this to cycle back. 1.3. Yeah, we're just about out. And you guys are missing... What are you missing? You're missing resin. What else are you missing? Yes, you're missing blue as well. Well, I want to kind of have this episode actually have Pink Science start happening properly, so I'm going to pause until this is kind of ready for action, and then we'll resume. So it probably isn't going to be that long, but it's probably worth pausing. I'll catch you shortly. And... oh, did I actually pause that? I'm not even sure I paused that. But we now have our Pink Science, so... I may have to edit this. I don't really want to. But here we go. Pink Science. And finally, science is moving again at a decent rate. 1.7 gigawatts. %. There you go. We've already doubled. We've already doubled what we had. And how good is the build up here? 500. That's not too terrible. I do think it's going to get to like a small amount down here, 27,000 out of 200,000, and kind of stop for a little bit. but at least we've made a start. And I think with that, we're going to call the episode to a close. So thanks for joining me. What have we got here, actually? 9. So are we launching one of them, or are we launching the thruster? I guess we get to see the launch as well. And I think it was the whole component. That one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's probably petered out. But we have completed hull components. We've got pink science happening again. So we in fact have four big sciences. Well, we're into the fourth of the big sciences. 4 sciences being delivered en masse. Are you going? Are you keeping up? Kind of looks like you are. Good with that. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye for now.